It's gonna be some interesting B-rolls there.
Oh yeah. That's why they have me here.
Right now,
1 minute.
we are trying to remember all of the movements we need to make because we're all switching places during different songs, and we're about to go through our first dress rehearsal, so we need to have it on point.
Dave, you're good to op, right?
It's game on, baby. Chavi, Berto, Fred, Chavi.
Well, about 2 years ago, Pastor Craig challenged our worship pastors with the vision of what if half of the songs that we sang in our church were from our house, were written from our church.
This is really like a project that has spanned over quite a few years.
We've been working on stuff and writing music, and this right now is a culmination of years of dreams and hard work.
We got faithful with our craft, faithful to showing up to write each and every week, and faithful to having our ears to the ground of what God was doing in our
Check 1,
church.
2, a little more of my vocal, please. Do we need to take that chorus back again?
Yes, beginning of the double chorus.
Okay, so I just need a little more click.
More click. Okay. Perfect. Is that it?
Perfect.
I kind of like the other thing that you did before that.
It's 2 and 4.
I mean, at least for the last thing.
Oh, it just goes back to 1.
The only thing you always want to keep, I mean, we all know this, is when you hear the song, no matter whether it feels like something else with it, it sounds magic. Like
So I write a lot from my own personal experience. I think personal experience is one of your greatest assets as a writer, but also from the stories of people that I get to meet, people on my team, friends, family. You know, everyone has a story, and God's doing beautiful things in everyone's story.
I think about the family that I know whose son is going through cancer, and what would he want to say in the middle of the song?
Life.Church Worship is a collective of worship pastors at all of our locations. The key phrase there is worship pastor. Not only are we on the stage leading songs musically, but we're tasked to pastor the people that we are leading. And so to pastor those people, we've got to know their story.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
I'm so glad you guys were able to make it out.
Yeah, me too. This is fun. This is Asher.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you. Asher. Dude, that hoodie is incredible. Yeah. Whatever happened to that song?
Bro,
That was a different song.
We never
that's
submitted.
the one I starred.
That was
Remember
it.
you were like, go that listen, see which one you like. That's like one of the only
We
ones
need to.
I love
Never
that
got into a. Songs we forgot to submit for the record. Right here.
This record could have 15 other tracks.
Next time.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh. Yeah. So like I've got this thing that's like a bridge.
Once the song list was decided, we had to then get in the studio for a full week with the band and just hash out the parts. There's a lot of logistics happening, a lot of communication going back and forth.
You know, we did tons of rehearsals. Even in this space I'm sitting in right now, it's like we were in here chopping it up, trying to really just put together the best that we can for each song.
We've had all of these songs written and revised and chopped up, but these last 2 weeks have been the refining process for all of them, trying to figure out what does the final product look like.
Hey, Jamie, just let me know. Let me know if it.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to.
If it helps it be instantly familiar, that's a win.
There's probably challenges to any project. One of our vocalists on the project, his name is Devin, was set to carry a lot of big parts, and it was Wednesday night, close to the last run through before the day of. And he didn't have a voice. And so we just stopped rehearsal, we prayed over him, and that next morning for our run-throughs, he was fine. It just shows that when God's in the midst of something, nothing can stop what he plans to do.
Something really special happened that day when we recorded. The people that came to that worship night were all in. The work had been put in before that, and so we just got to worship.
The night of was just really exciting. We were all super just pumped up. We're in the back just cutting up and having a good time.
It's tile with the lashes and the
wallet.
It's tile, it's coming at you.
don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they...
Hey.
just like waiting for Christmas morning for us, you know, like we're literally ready to get out there and just go for it, you know. We know that our people, our church are showing up expectant and know that God is going to do something.
I can't wait to share these songs with the world. You know, we've had them in our hearts for so long and just been working on them behind the scenes, and I'm ready to share them with people.
We came in Monday, have been doing vocal rehearsals, 3 nights of rehearsals, and then this morning we did a dress rehearsal per se, and so now it's just go time.
Doing great, man. Doing great. Get that last throat coat down. It's gonna be a great night.
Absolutely pumped, expectant, excited to see what God's gonna do. I know He's spoken to me and all of us through these songs, and I'm just pumped to see Him continue to use Him to work in other people's lives.
There was some nerves. There's like a healthy bit of nerves. It's like just the right amount where it's like excitement. I'm just excited for everybody to hear the new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and just to see the reactions in the room, and it's gonna be awesome.
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yes, it's going to be such a good night. Man, I am just so excited to see what God is going to do through the songs that have been birthed out of our church. They've meant a lot to so many people on our team, and I just know that it's gonna create an impact that we can't even imagine. So.
Feeling good. No nerves whatsoever. Just kidding. No, I'm a little nervous, but like in the best way. It's like we're about to share all these songs that have been like our babies with the whole world. So
You always outdream us, and so we are just so excited to step into this thing that you have called us to for such a time as this, Lord. We know that these songs are gonna do more than we could ever imagine.
So my goal with any song that I write is that someone would hear the song, find hope, and then have that song to sing as a prayer through whatever circumstance they're facing. Lean into the words that we're singing. Hear what it is that God's going to say to you in that moment, because He's always saying something. When we are worshiping the Lord, there's freedom in that place. There's freedom to hurt. There's freedom to wrestle, but there's freedom. And God sees you. God meets you there. So lean into it.
I hope that people will get a clear depiction of who Jesus is and how much He loves them, but more than that, who they are in Him. And I hope that whatever they're going through, whatever they're dealing with, whether it's a great time in life or they're struggling with something, that they would feel a sense of freedom and relief when they hear these songs.
My hope and my desire is that they would find comfort and find strength and find freedom in the words and the heart behind every lyric, and that it would reach to their soul and change them.
My hope for anyone listening to this project would be that you would fall more in love with God, that you would begin to have the eyes to see that He's working even in the things that are painful. Hence the title of the record, God's So Good, that even in the darkest parts of our life and the brightest parts of our life, the one thing that is unchanging through all of the change is His goodness.
Lasting arms that place me on the rock that stands.